these people dancing and celebrating in Tonga? Why is the Tongan media interested? They are celebrating because education is of great importance to the people of Tonga. And they are celebrating the opening of the Ocean of Light School in the only remaining kingdom in the Pacific, the Friendly Islands. Kia ora, malo elere, and welcome to Baha'i on Air. In this special program, we are pleased to feature the Ocean of Light International School in the Kingdom of Tonga. Enjoy! It is the first day of school at the Ocean of Light, an exciting day for children, mothers and fathers. According to the teachings of the Baha'i faith, parents, especially mothers, are the first teachers of children.
The beginning of the Ocean of Light schools was set to provide the community with better education and encourages excellence in whatever they can do in preparing themselves for their life.
The school, which is the Ocean of Light International School, is fully run by the National Spiritual Assembly.
The National Spiritual Assembly of the Baha'is of Tonga, the elected body that looked after the affairs of the faith in Tonga, established the school and put a school board to look after the affairs of the school. They always help the board with everything that goes to the government or any other organization regarding this school.
And it was a dream. Until 1996, they decided, okay, we come to a situation that we can run the school.
Because when we started the school, we were thinking, this is the school of excellence. We have to give the people of Tonga the school of excellence in every way.
Ocean of Light began with an idea that an individual made a proposal to the national governing body of the Baha'is of Tonga to start the social economic project of opening a primary school. We opened the doors with only 9 students in a very small venue.
The first location of Ocean of Light International School was at Havelu, at Tofoa, Nuku, alofa, Tonga, and it was very small.
Originally, the concept was to have purely a primary school that went up to class 6, and it was always the intention of the board to leave it at class 6. But the demand from parents who did not want their children to leave the school had forced us to look at a high school education system.
The school started developing very rapidly. By end of that first year, the number of students reached to 12. Following year, we had 36. Next year, 72, and it started expanding. And of course, with that, every year we had to add additional classes. At the beginning, of course, there were some resistance because people thought that we are going to brainwash their children if they come to Baha'i school. But very soon it was proven to them that's not the aim of the school, and we just try to provide better education, best education that we can, basically, based on the Baha'i principles and philosophy.
When we came to Tonga, at the beginning we were in the old school, we call it, and it was quite a challenge being there. It was very small and it had a wonderful atmosphere, but it was bursting.
We went from Form 2 to Form 3, from Form 3 to Form 4 as the school began to grow. The old facilities stopped us from growing at Form 4. We could not expand any further. We were desperate to find new facilities. So the gamble was taken to build this school, and then we were able to have the facilities that could cope right up to a Form 6 education.
This year we have close to 300 students, and it grew from primary school to all the way to high school, and we added kindy and prep. So now we are covering all the way to year 12 or Form 6.
Good morning, Ocean Flight. The curriculum that the school is based on spiritually, and that's where our strand of virtues coming in our moral education is, and academically where we have our subjects in arts and science are taught at school. You need to relieve the tension before we start, okay?
And also we promote a spirit of service in our students. From early childhood, they understand that what they receive, it's great to give back to the community. So sometimes we have projects, street cleanings, reef planting of the mangroves. Also, for example, for 2 weeks our students went to the Child Handicap Center and they helped that school. Various projects we try to look in the community that there is a need for.
The new facility here at the Ocean of Light International Schools was dedicated in January the year 2002. These new facilities had to be opened because of the rapid expansion of the school and the way that there was a huge demand from the people in Tonga for their children to be educated here.
Now we have our own piece of land which is 6 acres and have 2 nice buildings, and we're looking forward to run this project the best as we can.
The dedication of the Ocean of Light School brings a lot of wonderful, warm, joyous memories, because on that day everything worked out the way we hoped it would. I remember it very clearly. There was a lot of warmth and a lot of joy.
Your Royal Highness Crown Prince Tupatoa, Honourable Ma'atu, Honourable Alairaula Tuka'aho, nobles of the realm, ministers of the Crown, members of the diplomatic corps, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, of course, children.
There were many guests invited, and that included the Minister of the Ministry of Education, other principals of different schools here of the government and the missionary schools.
First and foremost, the reason we meet on such occasions is because it is the will of God that we do so. At this particular moment, it is appropriate to thank His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen, who have entrusted their grandchildren to us at various times. To other members of the Royal House, thank you for allowing us the privilege of teaching your children. To the Honourable Minister of Education and your officials, I thank you for your advice and assistance also.
O Lord, help thou thy loved ones to acquire knowledge and the sciences and arts, and to unravel the secrets that are treasured up in the inmost reality of all created beings. Make them to hear the hidden truths that are written and embedded in the heart of all that is. Make them to be ensigns of guidance among all creatures. and piercing rays of the mind, shedding forth their light in this, the first life. Make them to be leaders unto thee, guides unto thy path, runners urging men on to thy kingdom. Thou verily art the powerful, the protector, the potent, the defender, the mighty, the most generous.
The universities and colleges of the world must hold fast to three cardinal principles. First, wholehearted service to the cause of education, the unfolding of mysteries of nature, the extension of the boundaries of pure science, the elimination of the causes of ignorance and social evils, a standard universal system of instruction, and the diffusion of the lights of knowledge and reality. Second, service to the cause of morality, raising the moral tone of the students, inspiring them with the sublimest ideals of ethical refinement, teaching them altruism, inculcating in their lives the beauty of holiness and the excellency of virtue, and animating them with the excellences and perfections of the religion of God. Third, the service to the oneness of the world of humanity, so that each student may consciously realize that he is a brother to all mankind, irrespective of religion or race. The thoughts of universal peace must be instilled into the minds of all the scholars, in order that they may become the armies of peace, the real servants of the body of the politic, the world. God is the Father of all. Mankind are his children. This globe is one home. Nations are the members of one family. The mothers in their homes, the teachers in the schools, the professors in the college, the presidents in the universities must teach these ideals to the young from the cradle up to the age of manhood.
Baha'is also believe that cultivation of human spirit is as important as development of the mind. Spiritual education is at the heart of educational process that leads to the elevation and transformation of human spirit.
Your Royal Highness, Crown Prince Tumotoa, we are indeed honored and privileged of your presence in this auspicious occasion. Your continuous support and word of wisdom has encouraged and played a major role as a source of inspiration for development of this school.
Your Royal Highness, right around about August, I discovered my husband has an affair. Later, I discovered that he has an affair with this land. I'm hoping and praying that Your Royal Highness, by cutting this ribbon, you will end this relationship. I would like to ask Robert Buluri for a public confession.
Seems that I'm in major problem. Your Royal Highness, Crown Prince Tupoto, honorable ministers, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. The Baha'i communities everywhere in the world are given the mandate to promote education and provide the necessary institutions for advancement of youth and children. In the following passage, the local and national governing bodies of the Baha'i faith were addressed. They must promote by every means in their power the material as well as the spiritual enlightenment of youth, the means for education of children, institute wherever possible Baha'i educational institutions, organize and supervise their work, and provide the best means for their progress and development.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I'm particularly pleased to have been asked to open school today because it's something which Robert Buluri and I spoke about years and years ago. Actually, it could not have come at a better time in Tonga's history, because for the first time this school was breaking new ground in using technology to mitigate the negative effects of the economies of scale. And I should follow the progress of this school with much interest and great affection in the future. Thank you.
In the ocean of life, we are so free. We are so free to express ourselves, to express ourselves. Strive for excellence, strive for excellence. In the ocean of life, we are so free to express.
My personal thanks once again to Your Royal Highness, Crown Prince Tupatoa, for gracing us with your presence. I'd now like to ask him if he'd be so kind to move to our primary school to formally open and complete an inspection of the buildings. Thank you.
We are so free. We are so free to express ourselves, to express ourselves. Strive for excellence, strive for excellence. In the ocean of life, we are so free to express ourselves. Strive for excellence. Trust yourself and do your best. That's the way.
It seems like the Crown Prince really appreciates what has been done by the Ocean of Light International School here in Tonga, and we're really happy about it.
After the service, there was a lunch prepared by the Baha'is and the parents, and it was a very big occasion.
Not only the participation of His Royal Highness Crown Prince in the morning session, but also he came back for lunch and joining the celebration in the afternoon as well. That has never happened in any other opening in Tonga, which was quite surprised for Tongan friends that he did come back.
So other dance groups were included in the school. That was the Pacific Flame, the Ocean Eyes. They were used for the entertainment during the feast.
Every child is potentially the light of the world, and at the same time, its darkness. Wherefore must education be regarded as one of the utmost importance. The Ocean of Light School recognizes that complete education involves three important elements: education of the body, education of the mind, and education of the spirit. In order for our children to develop their full potential, each of these three elements must be acknowledged.
And also there were Ocean of Light International School students that performed there.
The thing that struck me the most was the way that the school team together to prepare. We did a traditional dance, and we all learned it, the Palangis and the foreigners and the Tongans, all together we learned this, and it was such a unifying experience. It will be in my memory forever.
So when King Tonga heard about this, he was so sorry.
They introduced the syllabus that has been running by the Tongan government, but they bringing the syllabus from New Zealand and Australia
to run the school.
And we try to give our students a high standard to try to achieve so that they can be successful when they leave here in Tonga or anywhere that they go. So we want this school to be at a standard, and this school is at this point at a standard where students that leave here can go anywhere and be educated anywhere.
The standard of the syllabus is very high, and the teachers are very prepared and very educated, and you can tell the students from other schools the way their behaviors are. You can tell that they are from the Ocean of Light school.
And there were many wonderful activities that happened at that area. For instance, we had Princess Pilolevu and Princess Alaileula giving awards to the students of Ocean of Light International School during their praise giving. And there were also concerts for fundraising to build this wonderful school now that we're in.
Baha'is from New Zealand and around the world help the school by awarding scholarships.
Your Royal Highness, once again thank you for your attendance at this function today, the launching of Books and Homes here in Tonga, and we are very honoured to have you here this morning. This first gift for His Majesty, who I know has spent time reading to his grandchildren, so on behalf of Books and Homes, Ocean of Light School, please hand it on to His Majesty.
The New Zealand project Books in the Home was also launched at the Ocean of Light School. The King's daughter, the Royal Highness Princess Pilolevu, was the guest of honour at the launch.
As a former kindergarten teacher, I'm so happy to see that books are going to have an important presence in all the children's home. As a mother, the change that I've seen in my own child, having attended Ocean of Light in the past 2 years. This school, I hope, will be supported by the government and the education department, because the school teaches children respect, kindness, patience, and humanity, and above all, respect for their God, respect for each other, and respect for the environment.
I woke up this morning with my mind, it was set on justice. I woke up this morning with my mind, it was set on justice. I woke up this morning with my mind, it was set on justice. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Right now, we have earned the top respect actually in the country here in Tonga. And people knows the Ocean of Light for its quality, the resources that it has, and also for the more education that is also used here at the school. I can elaborate on one of the programs which is involved at the school, which as a newcomer, because I only joined the school last year, I found was very successful and makes a big difference in behavior and morals with students involved. And that is the Virtues program, which is part of the school curriculum. It's a wonderful program where students are involved with the sharing of virtues, with positive reinforcement, not only from the staff to the students, but from students to staff and students to students. And that I think is a wonderful philosophy as one small portion of the school.
These are the virtues that we are teaching the kids: love, kindness, honesty, caring.
How do you develop your patience? How do you use determination in your school, in your schoolwork? How to use compassion when someone's hurt on the school grounds?
How to treat others with respect, treating properties with respect, and so forth.
The Virtues Project, of course, is an essence of all the teachings of the different religions in the world.
We use examples and quotation from other texts of Holy Scriptures. And students are taught about that virtues, and also they share their ideas.
This really promotes good character in the children, and this is the significance of this school that we say why Ocean of Light is promoted, is because that in this school we not only give academic education, which is very high standard, we also educate the spirit of the children and their character.
There are 52 virtues for 52 weeks of the year. We concentrate on one virtue in each week. And in the primary school, we are divided into family groups, which ranges from class 1 up to class 6. And so it's more like a family. This is my family. And we name our family one of the virtue, unity. And here is unity family. And then each teacher will have their family group. On Wednesday, we go to each family group, and that's the time of the teacher with her or his family groups. While the rest of the days of that week will be one person or one teacher who's leading the virtue program of that week will be in the assembly time. And not just that, but the teaching also emphasizes the virtue of that week. And it really helps the kids.
So that it's really instilled in the character of the children, and they understand the implications if they lie, for example. And then another week they take another virtue.
In the high school, the virtues are used to help and assist students to cope with the changes that go on in their lives.
It's always on our mind. How are we developing the characters of our students as we're moving them through this education process?
They have the freedom to express themselves freely, that the students are giving that chance to grow up and to be what they want to be in the future. With the guidance of the virtue program and the moral education program, and that is really a big difference from other schools. Those that are new to Ocean of Light, when they are coming in, they really make a change by just their action. It's not somebody told him or her, this is what and that. No, the action of the kids and their behavior reflects the virtue that is taught.
There are more schools now here in Tonga that are more interested about this new philosophy of education, that now and then they would come and visit the principal of this school to talk about it.
At its assemblies, the school welcomes guests like Native American educator and artist Kevin Locke. Kevin is a Baha'i and has shared his culture through performances in many countries around the world.
Different colors remind us of different peoples in the world. And you know, something magic, something beautiful happens when we get to meet each other and experience the gifts that we all have to share. Just like something is a spark is lit, and we can create more beauty when we work together. And that's why I like to dedicate this dance to, because as I go through it, you'll see different designs. Maybe I'll make designs of the sun, maybe the moon, maybe trees, or maybe clouds, or maybe we'll make flowers, or birds, or butterflies, maybe the rainbows and the mountains. remind us of this beautiful world, the great hoop of life all around us. The yellow one, remember? That could maybe remind us of the, how about a white one? Maybe the moon. And so, you know, the sun, especially the sun, sends energy down to the world. And that energy, as we can see today, is light. Also is heat. This is what the world needs in order to grow. All of life needs this. You look at the trees, they're all reaching up, you notice that. They want to get more of the energy. All the flowers, the birds, everything is moving under this energy. So you and I need that. We need the light of knowledge. And we need warmth of love and respect and care and generosity and all these good things. So when you and I receive those things, this is how we can improve ourselves, how we can advance on our journey. Did you ever think of life as a journey? It is, like every day you take a step, right? Day to day, month to month, year to year. Now, we're in a new millennium. It's a new time. And there are many changes in the world. So maybe a design that I did can remind us of the changes that we go through. Just like you all are children. Someday you'll be teenagers. Then you'll be adults. Then you might even get to be a grandparent like me. I've got 7 grandkids. But you see, there's a lot of challenges in life. Sometimes you get stuck. Sometimes you feel like giving up. But do we give up? No. No, you have to struggle. You have to persevere, persist, to get past whatever is holding you back. Because when you do that, that makes you stronger. You can stand taller. And of course, as we do this, it's wonderful. It's wonderful because we can be like those plants we see everywhere, reaching up every day to receive more, receive a fuller portion of the energy that we need. And as we do that, then we can stand tall, just like a beautiful tree. I noticed a lot of beautiful big trees here in Tonga. You just feed off the audience, you know. Yeah. And you know, you can just feel the connection with the audience. And it's great. This is really the best age group here. The younger age group, I always feel like they've got a real sense of wonderment and awe. And it's great, you know, the children and pre-youth is the best, I think.
Kemen Lock was joined by Pacific Flame, a Tongan Baha'i performing group of diverse cultures.
of all different kinds of people. Black and white, and everything in between, just like all of you. It's also my crystal ball. So I'm going to gaze into my crystal ball now. I'm going to try and look into the future. And I see a bright future because I know you all have many talents, many gifts. As you work hard every day to develop those God-given gifts, you will do your part. Because we know if anybody gets left out, remember the result always looks the same. You're not trying to reach them intellectually anyway. It's mostly through like a heart-to-heart contact, a spiritual contact. As we work together, then we can create many beautiful things. Just like we can all work together like links in a chain. As we all know, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. So that together, we can walk this path, this journey of life every day. Remember we talked about that? Going forward, day to day. And as we do that, then we have to really work together in order to get past the obstacles. Remember I mentioned that? Some obstacles might be like hatred, or maybe disease, or maybe our spirit is weak. We all need to help each other to get past whatever it is. Go beyond the bridge, over the rainbow, and climb the ladder of knowledge to new heights, to new opportunities, and from there, to launch our flight, just like noble eagles. And as we do that, then we can do something wonderful, I think. Wonderful. And that is to create a good foundation. The school here, Ocean of Light, is your nest. You all know what a nest is? That's where the little birds develop, see? You guys are developing your nest here. I know someday, soon, you'll stand tall. You open your eyes and you'll see all the wonders all around. You'll stretch your wings, I know. And you'll soar to many good accomplishments. I saw this bumper sticker that says, better to build children than repair adults. I like that. It's good. Let it come down to one side, on the other side, back and forth. Or you guys are easy. Okay, that's easy. Down to your toes. Just another day in the life of the Lord of the Rings.
Yes, you're the ringmaster.
Right, exactly. Very important that we continue to recognise Tongan culture here at Ocean of Light School. So what we do is we encourage through performance, through drama, and regular Tongan lessons to practice their own language.
And that is also teaching other people from different nationality and background a little bit about, the Pacific culture, or example from Tonga.
And quite often our students who are sitting on the outside or playing are working freely between two languages. In the high school, Tongan is a subject that is offered in exams, and so we have groups of students who study it to exam level.
At first, some of them find it hard, but as they go with it, then they begin to speak a little bit of the Tongan language. A lot of the staff themselves, they participated in Tongan entertainment, dancing, and it's really amazing to see them.
Dancing is one of our culture that is emphasis here at school. The non-Tongans wanted to learn it a lot because the movement held both boys and girls of the Ocean of Lights.
Even though it's a bit hard to teach the Palang about the culture, but they enjoy.
When they say march or whatever the other schools are doing for the king or king's birthday or some other celebrations of things, they wear the ta'wala. It's mean met around their waist. See, that's how their uniforms are in big occasions.
Those that are new to Ocean of Light, we welcome you to our school, to our Ocean of Light family.
One of the lovely features of the Ocean of Light International Schools is that we regard all staff from no matter what nationality or their backgrounds, religious background, whatever. If they are a fantastic teacher, then they are welcome here at Ocean of Light. Currently we have people from Canada, from the US, UK, we have people from Australia and New Zealand, and of course local Tongan teachers.
My name is Tisola, I'm teaching kindergarten.
It is a joy to have varieties, you know, the diversity of the stuff in which we share and learn about each other.
As the name portrays, this is an international school, and it's truly international because many students from different countries represented in the school. Because this country is very multicultural and many people come to work here, so their children are present in our school. And also from different economic background, we have students from low-income families all the way to royalty. Because the school fees compared to other schools in Tonga, it's a bit high, we subsidize the low-income families through another scholarship fund that we have established, and families, individuals and local spiritual assemblies from around the Pacific, they contribute to this fund and we subsidize the fees of these low-income families.
It's very diverse, and yet they feel very secure because there's no bullying or prejudice. For everyone are taught to respect others for their differences and to accept them and also to befriend them in that sense.
It was a basic premise that when the school opened that we would ensure that our very poorest members of Tongan society would have equal access to quality education.
Tongans, Indians, Fijian, New Zealanders, Australians, and some from the United States, and Korean, Chinese, and some Taiwanese.
They're always very joyous and happy students to be with.
When the royalties and the children of the nobles are brought over to Ocean of Light, they are treated the same.
The Baha'is themselves, they're about from 15 to 20% max. They're treated the same, since in the Baha'i faith we teach equality of everyone. So there's no favoritism, and they don't have any other different privilege other than other students. They're all treated equally in that sense, that they're all students of this school, and we are to nurture growth to every single one of them.
Everyone is equal, poor or rich, royal or common. They research on each other's culture and they learn from each other, which is beautiful.
People out from outside, when they talk about the school, they all talk very positively. It's, I believe, one of the major contributions of the Baha'i faith to the society in Tonga.
Oh, the people of Tonga praise the school. You know, they look up at the school as something tremendous. It's a very significant kind of thing for Tonga.
Oh God, educate these children. These children are the plants of thy orchard, the flowers of thy meadow, the roses of thy garden. Let thy rain fall upon them. Let the sun of reality shine upon them with thy love. Let thy breeze refresh them, that they may be trained, may grow, develop, and appear in the utmost beauty. Thou art the giver. Thou art the compassionate. Thank you all. I wish you a most successful school year, that every day you may blossom more beautifully, fly higher on your wings of knowledge, and of course, to shine ever brighter every day.
We hope that you have enjoyed this special episode on the International Ocean of Light School in Tonga. Please continue to watch Baha'i on Air. Ka kite ano, or as they say in Tonga, mo mea. Goodbye.